Joining us now is Congressman Andy Biggs. He's the chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, a member of the House Judiciary Committee as well. Great to see you, Congressman. And I want to listen to one of your former colleagues talking about our Navy in the South China Sea and the purpose. There's Mark Meadows, the Chief of Staff.
The message is clear. We're not going to stand by and let China or anyone else take the reins in terms of being the most powerful, dominant force, whether it's in that region or over here.
Seems pretty clear, Congressman. The Trump administration means to pursue pressure on the Chinese in the South China Sea.
Yeah, that's right, Lou. And I think it's tough to say this, but China's bellicosity is actually elevated to the point, whether it's economic and militarily, that they're no longer just an economic competitor. They are a Cold War adversary, in a sense, and they've tried to take over the South China Sea for at least 25 years. Our allies like Taiwan, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Japan, even none of them want to see China expand its sphere of influence throughout the South China Sea, which is a little late because they already have.
Yeah, exactly, because the Chinese, and by the way, previous administrations did nothing as the Spratly Islands, the artificial islands were built, others taken over, missile emplacements, air bases put into position. This is outrageous, and the United States and other nations are going to have a hell of an uphill job to reassert our strength in that region. Your reaction to two destroyers, U.S. aircraft carriers, and their strike forces in the South China Sea.
Well, I think we're showing that we're still very powerful, and we have to give that display of power. But the reality is, we basically built the Blue Water Navy. We gave the rocket telemetry and missile superiority that China is now claiming. We gave that to them. That started, as you recall, Lou, nobody knows it better than you, back in the Clinton administration. And then we've allowed them to steal our intellectual property. We've basically been passive for decades. And the only one that was really talking about it on that stage was Trump.
Yeah. And Red Storm Rising has been going on for a quarter of a century. And even now, I hear people, in the media, and I'm talking about Democrats, radical Dems, whomever. They're aligned more with the Chinese. They're never Trumpers. They're basically anti-American. And to hear how tepid and soft the most of our elected officials are on the issue of China, as they are bringing a closed fist straight at our noses.
Yeah, Lou, I'll tell you, if you can't learn anything from watching what's just happened in Hong Kong, then I don't want you anywhere near foreign policy for the United States of America. I mean, because what they did to Hong Kong has basically violated every treaty agreement that they had made with the West on Hong Kong. And then you watch, and you're correct, whether they've intimidated the Philippines or Vietnam or other claimants in the South China Sea for literally decades. I don't want you near our policy because you don't really know what's going on in China, because China, it does not view themselves as a regional hegemon. They view themselves as a world dominant hegemon, and they're asserting themselves to get there.
And what do you think will be the policy going forward here? The Phase 1 deal obviously is in jeopardy. It's not being fulfilled by the Chinese with our military moving into the South China Sea. This is very serious business. We have a Defense Department whose leadership basically they don't want to talk about it. It's as if they don't discuss these two strike forces in the South China Sea that they have less to worry about. I mean, it's bizarre what I'm watching Esper, the Defense Secretary, do here.
Well, yeah, I don't understand Secretary Esper. I think maybe he wants to be employed somewhere else and probably ought to be. But the reality is, when you start looking, we're in these exercises there. In the past, we've been doing these exercises there for a long time. You go back to 2016, for instance, we did them with Japan there. We do that to remind folks that we view, we want to support our allies, and we have this support. But we're not getting the support from high-level DOD folks, including Secretary Esper's.
Congressman Andy Biggs, always good to talk with you. Thanks so much.